Here is how you can build a part-time business without quitting your job. I am Emmanuel, a lawyer turned entrepreneur, and I help people turn their passion into profit. I guide you discover, develop, and monetize your passion. You see, many a times people know what they want to do. They have the passion already. But the fear is I am working and my job is paying my bills. How do I build a business? That means I have to quit my job. And then there are still people that they know they want to do something, but they don't know what their passion is. They need to discover their passion and then develop it and monetize it. Okay. So, but today we're not talking about passion discovery or development. If you need to watch my teaching on passion discovery, check the link on my bio and you can find that. Okay. But today we are concentrating on how you can actually build a business, a part-time business, while you're still gainfully employed, while you're still perfect, still doing like perfectly well in your 9 to 5 job. Number one is starting with what you know already. You know, most times what we are looking for is actually around us, but we make it look so big, so unattainable, so scary. There are things you know already. What are those skills you possess already? You don't need to be perfect in those skills. The most important thing is that you know the skills. Okay, you can start with that skill that you know. There are millions of people out there that you are 100 times above in that skill. You may not be perfect in that skill, but trust me when I say all you need is you need to be a step ahead of whoever you are teaching or coaching or mentoring, or whoever your clients are. Okay, so start with those skills that you have already. The experiences you've gathered along the line could be formal or informal. There are experiences you may have gathered probably as a result of association, as a result of your job. You gather these experiences, and people are dying to hear them. People are dying to be guided. People are even paying consultation fees to have people explain these things to them. Why not start with that? Then your stories. This is the one we ignore the most. We have a lot of happenings that have happened in our life. Some made us very sad. Some made us even depressed and all that. Somebody needs to hear that story. Somebody needs to be, encouraged by that story. Probably that story is a book waiting to be written. It's a story waiting to be told to encourage some other person who is passing through the same things. So start with the things you know already. And then number 2 point, you need to use your spare time and not your job time. Like, create time. We have 24 hours in a day, right? And out of the 24 hours, your job is 8 hours every day, or at most 10, or as in at most 12 hours. You still have 12 hours left. With that 12 hours you have left, you can create your rest time, you can create your extracurricular activities time, you can create your sleeping time. You can still carve out 1 to 2 hours from that your spare time. I personally, I'm still earning paycheck and I'm building my business. But every day I commit a minimum of 3 to 4 hours to my business. I've written books, I have courses, I have things I am doing. You start gradually. And you know what? We'll talk about the last one, is very interesting. Let me hold it for now. And then number 3, stop waiting for clarity. Perfect clarity. You need to start messy. Yes, start messing, make the mistakes along the line. You don't need to be perfect. One of the things that is holding a lot of people back is what? Perfection. Perfection syndrome. They want to be perfect in this. Perfection is an illusion. It's vague. I keep saying it in almost all my videos that there is nothing like perfection. That is vague. Perfection is just fear disguised as something you're waiting for, but you're actually afraid. Make the mistake. Let people criticize it. Yes, but that is how you learn, okay? That is how you learn. Being in this field, being an entrepreneur, building my business and all that, I've made lots of mistakes. If you watch my video, my early videos, and then watch what I'm sharing today, there is a big difference because I am learning along the line. Okay, so start messy. Don't wait for a perfect skill or perfect this for you to start. Number 4, you need to focus on one thing, one direction, one idea, not everything, one step at a time. This is another killer syndrome. You want to do so many things at the same time. I used to suffer from that syndrome too, wanting jack of all trade, master of none. But I took a decision and I told myself, if you have to like break through or even in this, you need to focus on one thing. There are a lot of things on my table, but I had to like keep them aside and focus on just one thing, especially this year. And I focus on that thing to get it and do it to the best of my knowledge, not for the money, not for it to make money. I'm not even selling anything for a while now, even though I have things to sell. But that is not my priority. I focus on one thing. Okay, so just focus on one thing. And then number 5, I believe I have mentioned every other this thing. Yeah, number 5. You need to let your paycheck fund your growth. Okay. Now, a lot of people are in the prison of paycheck, same routine every day. They're afraid that when they leave their job, the business may not even work or this or that. No. You see that your paycheck, that is your gold mine. Yes, that is your gold mine. That is your startup capital. Each time you earn your paycheck, you take out a portion of it and put it into your business. I'm talking particularly in digital business that you can literally start with nothing. Put it into developing yourself in one skill or the other, making yourself better. There is no year I don't sign up for one skill or the other that is related to what I am doing. And you know what is funding it? My paycheck. Oh, yes, my paycheck. So your paycheck is not your prison. It is your startup capital. You don't need to quit your job to build that beautiful future that you desire, that beautiful future that you imagine. You don't need to. All you need is, like I have mentioned, 5 things. Knowing, starting with the things you know already. That is number 1. And then number 2, doing it during your free time, not the time you're supposed to be at your work, you are doing it. No, that will be so wrong. One don't need to suffer for the other to survive. You need to be, systematic in building the two. And number 3, I mentioned about perfect clarity. You don't need to wait for everything for line to fall in pleasant places for you to start. Just start messy. Start with all the mistakes. Fall and get up. For the Bible says the righteous man falls many times and he will always get up. So fall and get up. And let me tell you, the greatest way to grow is to make mistake. Okay. There is a powerful quote that experts have just one way, but a beginner have many ways. What do they mean? When you try one thing, it doesn't work, you try another. As a result of experimenting on different things, you find yourself growing. Okay. And I said, focus on one thing. Don't become jack of all trade, master of none. Become jack of one trade and master of one. And then finally, let your paycheck, let it fund your business, let it fund your progress. Okay. So that will be all for now. If this resonates with you, let me hear it in the comment section. Write and tell me how you're planning to build your business, or if there's a topic you want me to bring relating to building your passion. Of course, I'm just one click away. Like, follow, share this video, and let it go viral, okay? For people who are still in their 9 to 5 job and thinking of how to get away from it.